One of the things that we don't always realize is that some of our actions stem from childhood trauma. And not all of us were brought up in a healthy, functioning family. Some of us came from dysfunction, and that dysfunction may have been handed down from generation to generation. And what happens is it blindly continues to exist because of the inability to recognize it's even there.
Welcome back to Stop, Look, and Listen with Samantha.
So the type of dysfunction that we're discussing would be physical or emotional abuse, a narcissistic type parent where they believe the world kind of revolves around them and have very little empathy and understanding for others. Also, alcoholism and addiction, and different forms of mental illness. In a healthy family, no one is assigned a fixed role, but in a dysfunctional family, they're all assigned a different part to play. And if there aren't enough members to play this part, then one person may be assigned multiple roles, but they cannot act in those roles at the same time. They kind of show up as needed. Now I'm going to put a picture of these roles, and I'll also provide a link in the comments where you can look at them and kind of enlarge them. I want you to think about these roles in terms of your own family or maybe someone close to you. Ask yourself if you identify with one of these roles, either in your upbringing or also as a parental figure. Now, all of these roles are fixed. So if a family member, say, passes away or decides to leave that role or not accept that role, it really rocks the codependent family as a whole. And they may try to do things to kind of dig themselves out of that, further abuse or create smear campaigns for the person that's attempting to leave, or even isolate them and try to prove that, oh, you can't live without me. See what your life is like without this type of dysfunction in it. The thing about the dysfunctional family and playing these roles is you get very used to it, especially if you came from a family, and a lot of time this is passed down from generation to generation. So let's say you came from a family with alcoholism and physical abuse, and you saw that whole family dynamic playing these roles growing up. When you get into your own family dynamic or have your own children, you believe that this is normal. So you kind of put on this blindfold to see or stop the cycle. There's also a tremendous amount of guilt, anxiety, manipulation. So the family unit as a whole, let's say you take a look at the role of the scapegoat. The other family members don't want to play that role because they are recipients of a lot of abuse, mental abuse, physical abuse, isolation. And, because the family fails to see the truth or see that there's an issue and they want to continue to hold on to that dysfunction and cycle through it, that person is blamed. They're blamed for seeing the issue. And if they step away, oh, you better believe that the rest of the family is going to fight to keep them in that role because they sure as hell don't want to do it. Today, I just wanted to give you a picture of what these roles are, kind of get you to think about it in terms of yourself or maybe people that are closer to you. Understanding these type of dynamics does help you empathize and understand others better. Tomorrow, I'm going to come back and start to discuss each of these roles in detail. I hope you can subscribe and tune in, and I thank you for watching. Be sure to like this video and share it with your friends.